Hello guys, welcome back to Aapka RPS. As you know, our second chapter is going on, that is AI project cycle. In previous videos, we have completed two stages of this chapter, that is problem scoping and data acquisition. In this video, we will complete data exploration, that is the third stage of AI project cycle. Without being late, let's start our video. But before starting the video, do not forget to subscribe our channel and like the video. So guys, here is our slide, and as you know, our second unit is going on, that is AI project cycle. You know that we have already completed two stages of AI project cycle, that is data acquisition and problem scoping. In problem scoping, what we are supposed to do, we're supposed to find the problem which we are suffering from or stakeholders are suffering from. Then data acquisition, you have collected all the data you need so that you can build model. Now what we have to do in data exploration, let us study about it. So basically, the goal of data exploration is to learn about characteristics and potential problems of a data without the need of formulate assumption about the data beforehand. So in this, what you are supposed to do, you're supposed to learn about the characteristics and the potential problems, means the data which you have collected must have some problems. You have to clear those problems. Now the finding of or scoping of those problems and completing or erasing those problems from your data is known as data exploration. In this, you will clear the data which you have collected in data acquisition. So basically, for example, if you are creating a security system, now what you are doing, that you are making a list of authentic peoples who are allowed it to pass through it. Now you have collected the names, then you will, what you will do, that you will collect a photo of each person. Now you have done that much work in acquisition. Now in exploration, you will scope those data. Now this probably happens that the photo you have collected or data you have collected are wrong, or the photo is blurred, the name is correctly not mentioned, the spelling of the name is wrong, or the data you have matched is wrong. Now you will correct those things, that is data exploration. In statistics, data exploration is often referred to as exploratory data analysis and contrast traditional hypothesis testing. Now, it was most prominently promoted by the statistician John W. Turkey to suggest hypotheses about the cause of observed phenomena and to assess assumptions on which statistical methods are based. So, who has promoted it? That was John W. Turkey. Now, since its beginning, EDA has been a very graphical approach. Typically, plots include histogram, box plot, scatter, and many more in order to learn about distribution, correlation, outlier, trends, and other data characteristics. Now, we have understood that we will explore data, we will clear data, but why we need to clear data? Why we need to explore? Why to explore? The reason is because to analyze the data, we need to visualize it in some user-friendly format so that we can quickly get a sense of friends, relationships, and patterns contained within the data. Define strategy for which model to use a later stage. Communicate the same to the other effectively. These are 3 points because of which we need to explore the data. Now let us look different graphs which are there for data exploration. So guys, we have came to our Google. Now here you have to write a URL so that you can see different type of graphs or every graph which you want to see. That is data viz catalog dot com. When you will enter on this, you will land on this page. Here you can see different type of graphs are there. So let us read some graphs names like yeah, arc diagram, area graph, bar chart, box plot or whisker plot, brainstorm, bubble chart, and many more. There are these flow map, connecting map, bubble map, and this one map are from your map type. There are also discrimination of these graphs according to their functions and according to their list. So if you want to know about any graph, then what you have to do, just came on that graph and click. For example, I want to know about brainstorm, then I will click on it. 1 minute, yeah. Here you can see a chart has been opened. Now this is what we called a brainstorm. Now when you will scroll down, there is anatomy and description. Description is as known as mind map. Now you will be familiar with this mind map. It is always came in your study material so that you can understand. A brainstorm is a diagram used to map associated ideas, word, image, and concept together. Now here are some description of it, a brief description so that you can understand it. Then when you will scroll down, there is a function. So what are its function? Concept and relationships. Now when you will scroll it more, there should be a similar chart, but when there is only these three dots, it means no similar chart are available. Now here you can see the tools to generate a visualization. From here you can generate it like code based or Y files. Web apps are Google, MindMap, and YED Live. Desktop apps are also available like About Illustrator, Apple Page, Keynote, Microsoft Office. Now if I want to know how to make it according to code, then what I will do, I will click on this Y files. It will open. Yes, so mind map demo. The demo shows an interactive mind map application. The layout is calculated by the tree layout algorithms and make use of port construction. So here is a mind map. You can see you can create a mind map easily. Wait a minute, this is overview. Yeah, so here is what you can call a mind map. This is what a visualization is. Now you have to came back and you can see there are also some apps. You can click on it and go there. Okay, so when you will came more down, there is a YouTube video so that you can understand it. Let's see another graph. So yeah, here let us click on arc diagram. What is arc diagram? This is an example. Description: arc diagram are an alternative way to represent two-dimensional network diagram. Okay, network diagrams are also, I thought, yes, this is what a network diagram shows, and this is a alternative way. So what are its functions? For patterns and relationships. So we will see some tools like code based are data to viz, high charts, proto viz, so single block. For example, if I click on high charts, it will open a slide like www.highcharts.com. Connection is secure. It has been opened. Here you have to allow all cookies. Now you can see when you will came down, data structure has came. For example, like this, high arc diagrams are here. So now we will move back. We have understood how we can see the code visualization. Now when you want to know about the graphs which are used for patterns or relationships, then how you can show that? If you want to know about patterns, that which graphs are used for patterns, for finding patterns, then you just have to click on the patterns and it will give you all the graphs. So what are those graphs? Arc diagram, area graph, bar graph, box plot, bubble chart, candlestick chart, connecting map, density plot, yeah, choropleth map, dot matrix, het map, and many more. So I this is also a new for me, like this one stream graph. I have never listened about this one graph. If I scroll down, the visualization is a variation of a stack area graph. So stacked area graph is also available, but instead of plotting values against a fixed straight axis, a stream graph has a value displaced around a varying center baseline. When you will came down, here is some ways to generate it. I'm not generating it again. You can easily see. Now I have to show you one more thing. For example, when you will, so I have to show you one more thing. For example, when you will came on this page, just slide down and go on home. Once you go on home, there are two options: search by function or search by list. So by function we have done, we have just done our search that what are those graphs which we can use for pattern finding. Now once you have searched those, you get a list. Now also you can search or view by list. Let us see what is the list is. So here you can see, so there are several type of charts. For example, first is graph and plots, second type is diagram, third is tables and others. Also there is one more, that is map, which is used for geography. Pie chart is also available in your subject which we have to study. Now I hope you have understood each and every detail of this site so that you can came and learn about these several type of things, several type of graphs which we have to study in our future life or which we need to study according to our chapter or according to our interest. So just you have to do is game and learn, because this site is totally free of cost. So guys, we have understood about the different type of graphs on the web page. Now let us understand some more graphs which you have to study or you had studied in your school. Data visualization techniques are bar graph or column graph, histogram, pie chart, line graph, or scatter plot. Except these, you have also seen some graphs on the site. You must remember also those. Now, bar graph or column graph. The classic bar graph use either horizontal or vertical bars to show discrete numerical comparison across categories. So you have normally heard that we used to compare different things through bar graph. Now you are familiar with bar graph, so I am not going in much detail. You must remember that bar graphs are available in both horizontal or vertical bars. So let's see how a horizontal and vertical bar looks. These are some examples of bar graph. Now, when we move forward, there is pie chart. Pie chart helps to show proportion and percentage between categories by dividing the circle into proportional segments. Now, pie chart, you are very familiar with it. You have studied it before. Now, what it is supposed to do? There is 100% which is represented by the whole circle. Now, in that circle, you used to draw some lines according to the percentage of the thing. Same happens here. Each arc length represents a proportion of each category, while the full circle represents the total sum of all the data equal to 100. Just I have told you. Now how a pie chart looks. So this is how a pie chart look like. First category is represented in this color, then second this, third this, fourth this. Now you can get the idea how a pie chart look like. Now histogram. A histogram visualizes the distribution of data over a continuous interval or certain time period. Each bar in a histogram represents the tabulated frequency at each interval or bin. This is how a histogram looks like. Now, next graph is line graph. A line graph is a line or multiple lines showing how single or multiple variable develop over time. It is a great tool because we can easily highlight the magnitude of changes of one or more variable over a period. Now, if anyone is familiar with share market, as you know, so if you type the share of price of MRF. Now MRF company's share will be presented on Google. That share you will see that it is represented in which graph? The line graph. Or let me give you a common example. Many of you used to go on Chrome or Google to see the price of rupees or value of rupees currency in compared to dollar. That graph is also represented on a line graph. Let us see how a line graph look. This is a type of line graph which I have represented here. This is in of three lines, but the dollar graph or share markets graph used to be in one line because they represent only one value. Here there are three different values and there are three different variables. Then next graph is scatter plot. Yes, it doesn't mean scatter plot graph, just its name is scatter plot. It consists of multiple data points plotted across two axes. So just like bar graph, there are two axes in which points are plotted. Each variable depicts in a scatter plot would have multiple observation. If a scatter plot include more than two variable, then we would use different colors to signify that. Let us see an example. Now, in this graph, you can see only blue color. It means what? It means that we have used only one variable to make a scatter plot. But if I have created two variables for scatter plot, then I will mark some different colors for the second variable. For example, I want to create a scatter plot for my marks in comparison to what? Periodic test, half yearly, term 2, term 1, board exam, everything. But what I am trying that I want to make a scatter plot of two peoples. Then like one name is Ram, one is Sam. Then I will choose that Ram's marks will be depicted or shown in this color, and Sham's marks will be shown in this color. For example, Sham is red and Ram means green. Then I will just make a dot on this graph from green and red color. In when you used to create a linear equation no, graph, then what you do? You simply plot some dots and then connect the line. But in scatter plot, you just have to do what? Just have to do, do dot, not connect those dots. Thank you guys for watching the complete video. If you have any doubt related to this topic or the previous topics which we have completed, do not hesitate to write a comment in comment box, and do not forget to subscribe and like the video. So if you are new on our channel, do not forget to subscribe to get new videos notification quickly.